This video will help you have a long, happy friendship with the pets you love. It will help you understand animals better and show you how to deal with them in a responsible way. Remember that any animal, if it feels threatened or angry or scared, may try to bite or scratch. You must always be careful around animals, especially animals you don't know. So pay close attention to the professional tips you'll see in this video. And remember to have fun, but be careful when you enjoy the company of cats and dogs. Pets are one of the great joys in life. Dogs and cats and other animals can be wonderful friends and a lot of fun. And if we treat them right, they'll always be there for us. Hi, I'm Dr. Wayne Hunthausen. I know a lot about pets because I'm a veterinarian, a doctor for animals. If you have a pet, if you have a friend with a pet, or if you just love animals, I have a treat in store for you. Because you're going to learn about how pets feel, think, and behave, and how you should behave around pets. Hi, Scott. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
How's Tiger?
He's playing. He's always playing.
Today's checkup day for Tiger and Champ, and we're going to discuss how to be safe around animals. It might surprise you, but a lot of kids are hurt by pets each year because they don't know how to handle cats and dogs. You know I love animals. I spent my life taking care of them, and dogs and cats are great company. But if you frighten them, or if you play too rough, they might bite or scratch. It's only natural. After all, if you think somebody's picking on you, don't you get a little upset? You have to be cool when it comes to animals. Deal with them the right way.
I brush Champ and take him for walks.
Well, something even more important than that. Understanding what animals are feeling and thinking.
How can I tell what Tiger's thinking?
Did you know your pets talk to you? Not with words, not like I'm talking to you now, but with the sounds they make and the way they stand or move. They're telling you how they feel.
Sure, like a Champ wags his tail. He's happy, right? And if he sneezes, he's allergic to Scott. Oh, brother.
There are many ways that pets tell us how they feel. Once you learn the signs, you'll know how to deal with any animal you meet. So pay close attention. For those of you who are watching, if you have any questions, play the tape again. Or better yet, have Mom and Dad watch it with you. Ready? Let's see how animals talk to us.
Friendly pets.
It's like Scott said. When a dog wags his tail fast, holding it out straight or a little low, that's a sign he's feeling friendly. See how his ears are relaxed? That's another sign of a friendly dog.
What about cats?
Cats are a little different.
He's got his motor going.
That sound is purring, and it says that a cat is feeling happy. Friendly cats don't wag their tails like dogs. They just keep them relaxed. And sometimes they like to rub up against you or nuzzle you with their heads.
Can I see if Tiger's feeling friendly?
Sure, but let's take Champ to another room, just in case.
Yeah, I don't want Tiger to scare him off.
Come here, big guy.
Better watch out. Come here, Tiger.
When an animal is acting friendly, that usually means it's okay to come near. But you still have to be careful about how you pet it or play with it. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, do you know how to tell when to stay away from a dog or a cat, even if it's your own pet?
If it's growling at me?
Right. That's one way an animal says it's angry or that it's afraid.
But if it's afraid, can I just make it feel better?
No, because pets aren't like people. When an animal is afraid, it tries to protect itself. It might bite or scratch, especially if you don't know it, like a stray dog or even a pet in a friend's home. So let's look at the signs that tell you a dog is frightened or angry, the danger signs that say, stay away.
Danger signs signs for dogs.
If you see a dog with his tail tucked between his legs, with his ears down, he's saying, "I'm frightened." The hair on his back might be standing up, he might be shaking, and he might be growling. Stay away when you see these signs. If it's your own pet, tell mom or dad, but stay away. Now here's a time to be very careful. When a dog says, "I'm angry." Angry dogs growl and bark and show their teeth. They may have their tails sticking up, not wagging, but moving kind of slow, back and forth, and they stare right at you. Stay away. Don't go near a dog like this for any reason, because it may attack. Later on, I'll tell you what to do if you see an angry or frightened dog. But for now, remember these danger signs. A frightened dog has his tail tucked between his legs and his ears down. He might be shaking or backing up. An angry dog has his ears up and forward, and he may stare at you, barking and showing his teeth. Stay away, and tell your parents when you see a dog that acts this way.
You're not frightened, are you, Tiger?
Do cats have danger signs too?
Sure, but remember that most pets are like Tiger and Champ. They're good companions and a lot of fun. But you still need to know the danger signs that tell you to keep your distance.
Danger signs for cats.
Cats say, "I'm afraid," differently than dogs. They might just run away or hide under a bed. Or they might hiss at you with their backs up in the air and their fur all puffed out. They put their ears flat against their heads, and sometimes they twitch their tails stiffly, back and forth. Stay away. Angry cats look a lot the same, except that they may also be growling and may stare right at you. Even if a cat is acting angry at another animal or another person, it may still bite or scratch you if you touch it or come too near. Stay away. Remember these danger signs. Back up in the air, fur all puffed up, and the cat may be hissing or growling. It might be nervously twitching its tail back and forth. Stay away when a cat acts like this. And remember that cats can scratch as well as bite.
I know, his claws are sharp.
Yeah, he sure looks ferocious.
To be safe with animals, the first thing you need to know is when to leave them alone. The next thing you need to learn is how to handle your pets and how to play with them. We'll talk more about that after I finish these checkups and give Tiger his shots.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, kids.
Tiger and Champ are doing great.
We're learning how animals talk to us.
And how to be safer on pets.
I think that's important, especially with 2 cats and a dog at home.
The kids have asked me to stop by and give them some more tips on handling pets, if that's okay.
I think that'd be great.
Yes!
Well, it looks like everybody's here except for Tiger.
Tiger's sleeping, isn't she, Pumpkin?
Well, maybe that's the first thing we should talk about. There's one rule that applies to dogs and cats alike. Just like us, there are times when pets like to be left alone. And one time is when a pet is resting. You should never bother a pet that's sleeping, because if you bother a pet that's sleeping, you might startle it and it could nip. If you have to wake Tiger or Champ or Pumpkin here, say the pet's name very gently and then wait till it stands up or walks over to you before you pet it.
Tiger.
Right. Remember that dogs and cats have very sensitive ears, and if you're loud, you might upset them or frighten them.
Mom says leave them alone when they're eating.
Or when they're chewing on a toy. These are very private times for pets when they don't like to be bothered, and we need to respect that privacy.
So when can I pet Tiger or Pumpkin?
Almost any other time when the pet's feeling friendly. Let me show you how.
Petting dogs and cats.
If you want to pet your dog, approach it from the front or from the side and gently stroke it along its back or along the side of its body. Avoid the sensitive ears or eyes. You also want to avoid hugging the pet or petting it on its head. Hugging the pet is not a natural way for the pet to receive attention, and that can make it nervous. And petting it on the top of the head will place your hand too close to those sensitive eyes and ears.
Pumpkin scratched me once when I tried to pet her belly.
Well, another important rule is never to pet a cat on its belly. That's a very sensitive area for cats. And you don't want to try to stop your cat from jumping off your lap or getting off the furniture or moving away from you. Cats are sort of free spirits. When you try to control a cat, it'll make it nervous and it might scratch.
Dr. Wayne, what about playing with your pet? It seems whenever I pet Champ, he wants to play.
Playing with pets can be a lot of fun, but there's some rules to follow there also.
Playing with your pet.
First of all, don't allow your pets to play with your toys. Pets should have their own toys to play with, and your toys should be up and out of the way. Dogs and cats have very strong jaws, and they can easily damage your toys or chew off pieces, which can be dangerous for them. Fetch is a good game to play. Most dogs and cats enjoy chasing after a toy or a ball. And fetch is much better than games that involve teasing or playing tug-of-war with them, which can be very dangerous. Even though encouraging a kitten to chase after your fingers seems like fun, it's not a good idea because when that kitten grows up, that type of play might hurt. Other types of things you want to avoid when you're playing with your pet include getting your face too close to the pet's face or staring directly into its eyes. Some pets feel very uncomfortable when you do this, and you might end up with a nip on your nose. One other thing, it's really not play, but whenever you take your dog out of the yard or out of the house for a walk, you need to be especially careful. You never know when you may be in for a little surprise. This is my young friend Charles. Now watch the very bottom of the screen. It was funny, and Charlie was fine, but it shows you that you always have to keep your eyes open. And before you take your dog for a walk, be sure that it has been trained to walk on a leash and that you have permission from your mom and your dad.
Tiger and Pumpkin never run away from me, but Mercy's cat does. I don't think she likes me.
Well, your friends' pets are different from your own. They don't know you as well, so you always have to act differently around other people's pets.
Other people's pets.
Never chase after a friend's or a neighbor's pet. If it runs, it might be scared or just in a mood to be by itself, so always leave it alone.
Casper! Wait, Jessica! Come here, Casper! Wait, Jessica! Let's get Mom.
Whenever you want to meet a pet, always ask an adult to introduce you, and be sure to ask permission before you touch it.
Is she friendly?
Yes.
Can I pet her?
Sure.
Don't pat it, but gently stroke it along its side and stay away from the ears or the eyes.
Mr. Johnson's dog seems friendly, but I'm not sure he likes me.
Just remember that his dog doesn't know you as well as Champ, so he might be nervous when you're near. You want to be sure to approach slowly, ask for permission to pet the dog, and stroke it gently along its back or along its side, and avoid looking directly into the dog's eyes.
Hey, Mr. Johnson.
Well, hi, Scott. How are you?
Good. Is Opie friendly?
Well, sure he is.
Can I pet him?
Go right ahead.
How are you? Good dog.
It might surprise you, but most kids that are bitten or scratched is by a neighbor or a friend's pet.
Because it doesn't like them?
No, it's because a pet doesn't know you, and when you reach for it, or you move too fast, or you grab it, it becomes scared and bites. Don't you have friends that come over and chase after your pets?
Robbie. He's only 4.
Tiger and Champ hide under the bed.
Your friends should treat your pets just like you treat your neighbor's pets. Ask Mom or Dad to help introduce your pets to your friends. We've talked about a lot today, dealing with your pets and dealing with your friends' pets. But there's one thing we haven't talked about. Whenever you go outside, there's a chance you might see a dog or a cat in a different type of situation. Animals in yards or behind fences. Animals tied up on a leash or a rope. Dogs in parked cars. Stray animals running free on their own.
Animals outside.
Maybe you'll see someone walking a dog and it's really cute and you'll want to go up and pet it. What should you do?
Move slowly.
Yes, because if you run up to him, you might scare it. And if the dog's scared, it may bite. But something else.
Like Mr. Johnson? Ask permission?
Right. But always ask 2 questions. Is the dog friendly, and may I pet it? And if the owner says okay, then you can pet the dog. But always ask permission first.
Hi. Hi. Is she friendly?
Uh-huh.
Can I pet her?
Sure.
Good dog.
Good girl, Zoe.
What about the other times? Like the puppy in the car?
Any other time you see a dog, even if you know it, don't go near. The car is a different place than the dog usually sees you. So he might react differently. Stay away. It's the same thing if you see a dog tied up on a leash. Give it plenty of room. And never go up to a dog behind a fence. Now there's one time I want you to be especially careful, and that's if you see a stray dog running around. First rule always is never go near it. And if it comes up to you, don't run because it'll chase after you. And don't yell and don't scream. This is a time you need to be especially careful, so I want you to pay close attention. Say you're walking home from school, and suddenly a dog appears in front of you. Stand real still with your hands pushing into your sides. Be like a tree. Don't look at the dog. Stare straight ahead. Just stay as still as you can. When the dog leaves, wait till it's far away before you move.
Why be like a tree?
Because the dog's not likely to be interested in you if you're still like a tree. Now let's try it. Back real straight, hands against your sides, and feet together. He may come up to you, but he's more likely to move on if you're still like a tree. And don't look at him.
Why not?
Because some dogs think it's a challenge if you stare at them. If you don't look, the dog doesn't feel threatened. Good. That's the way. Stiff and still like a tree.
What if I'm already on the ground?
If you're already on the ground, then you need to do something different. If you're already down, don't stand. This time, instead of a tree, be a rock. Curl up tight, knees to chest, and make a fist over each ear. Don't make any sound. Let's try the rock position. Knees together and up to your chest. Make a fist over each ear and elbows in. Don't move. Just remember to be like a rock.
Think like a rock, Scott. You're good at that.
Just remember not to move or talk. Keep your fist over your ears, your elbows tucked in, and your knees tucked up tight against your body. If you have time, lie down with your back towards the dog.
How long should we stay?
Stay down until the dog is about a half a block away or until you can't see it or hear it. And then get up slowly and walk home. Tell your parents what's happened. Now let's do it again. Let's try the tree. And why don't you practice at home? You're walking along or playing. Then stray dog. Hands at sides, feet together. Don't stare at the dog because it might make it nervous. Just stay as still as you can. Just wait until the dog leaves, then move off slowly in the opposite direction. Okay, now suppose you're sitting or playing on the ground when the dog comes. Be a rock. Knees tucked up to your chest. Make a fist over each ear. Elbows tucked in. And same thing. Wait till the dog leaves.
But suppose he doesn't go away. What if he jumps up on me and tries to bite me?
If you're in the tree position, if you're very still, most dogs will go away. But if the dog jumps up on you, fall down into the rock position and pull your knees in real tight and be very quiet.
There's a lot to remember.
Well, it may seem that way, but actually the rules are very simple. And what we've discussed today will help you understand how animals behave and how you should behave around animals. And that's very important to know. So let's go over what we learned today.
Let's review what we've learned. Here's a happy dog. Tail wagging, ears relaxed.
A happy cat. Purring, relaxed tail, rubs against you.
But here's a frightened dog. Tail tucked between its legs, ears down.
And an angry dog. Tail sticking up, barking and showing his teeth, staring right at you.
If you see a frightened dog or angry dog, stay away.
And if you see a cat with its back in the air, hissing at you, fur all puffed out, staring at you,
Stay away.
Leave pets alone when they're eating or sleeping.
Or chewing on their toys.
Pet them on the back and sides, but not on the head.
And don't pet cats on the belly.
And play nice. Don't roughhouse.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, Jessica. Be extra careful with your neighbor's pets, because they don't know you very well.
Never chase them and don't pet them till an adult introduces you.
Always ask for permission before you pet a dog on a leash.
Always.
Practice being a treat, and do it when a stray dog comes up to you.
Practice being a rock.
And do that if you're sitting and a dog comes up.
Scott, the perfect rock.
Very funny, Jessica. Be careful, be smart, and love your pet.
Because they love you. Right, Pumpkin?
Right, Champ?
Don't go away. There's more to come. Take the quiz at the end of this video to see how much you've learned about cats and dogs.
I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll watch it again. And have your friends and your parents watch it with you. Dogs and cats can be wonderful companions. We need to treat them right and learn to be careful around any animal. But once you've learned the rules for safety, no one has more fun than dogs, cats, and kids.
Is this cat happy? Yes, he's purring and his tail is relaxed. Is this dog happy? No, his tail is tucked between his legs, so stay away. Is this cat angry? is arched and his fur is puffed out. Stay away. Is this the right way to pet a cat or dog? Yes, along his back or sides. Should you pet this dog? No, when pets are eating, leave them alone. Can you pet your friend's dog or cat? Yes, but first ask an adult to introduce you. Should you go near a dog behind a fence? No, stay away. If a stray dog approaches, should you run away? No, be a tree or be a rock. Stay very still. Should you pet an animal you don't know? No, not until the owner says it's okay. That's all the questions. Hope you learned a lot about dogs and cats. It was fun, right, Tiger?